connect and send my number, and then we can meet up.
I talk with my hands, so I don't want to throw anybody's mic. So, I'm here today to talk about DARS. We are an organization that really shows what grassroots is all about. A woman by the name of Darlene Walker started DARS. She would drive around in her car and hand out things to people who looked like they might be unhoused. She had food and clothing and essentials. And unfortunately, she had a medical issue that prevented her from driving. And it was sort of, I think, about a 15-year go for her, and then the pandemic hit. And there were 4 gentlemen that were staying at our Pickering City Center on the benches. And she went over to speak with them. And I was always amazed at how she did it, because I was always afraid I would insult them. And she was just very calm about it, and was able to get a lot of information out of that was done in a very respectful way. So she found these 4 men that they were staying at the Pickering City Center, and they were hungry, they needed clothing, the weather was getting cooler, that sort of thing. So she started a weekly event at the gazebo where she would go there and hand out food and hand out whatever they needed. If it was boots, pants, didn't matter. She found it. And she would do this on her personal Facebook site. She would ask for items and the community would support her. And I always thank her for that, because our community in Pickering is so supportive of DARS. It is incredible. And I've worked with other agencies, and sometimes the NIMBYism isn't fun. And this Pickering has really gotten behind us. And it's interesting, because sometimes you read things on Facebook or online and it's not very nice, and particularly because we deal with people who are unhoused, it can be pretty tragic what they say. And I don't even have to say anything. Sometimes I want to get in there and say, but I don't. And I let somebody else in the community do it, and it's amazing, because it has a lot more impact than Margaret Eskin's executive director of DARS, right? So anyway, she started doing that. The pandemic hit. They finally got housed, and we continued lunches on Wednesdays. That's when I started to get involved with DARS. They asked me to be a part of their committee, and it was a time of my life where I was retiring early, and I thought, okay, well, I've got some time, I might as well do this, but I want you to do 3 things for me. And so they agreed. The first was they needed some outreach, because I really didn't believe that just feeding and clothing people who were unhoused was helping them enough. They needed direction, they needed help navigating our social service system, that sort of thing. So they agreed to that. I said we needed to be a not-for-profit organization and eventually a charity. They agreed to that, and we are. And we needed to be insured, because there was no formality to this group in the past, and there was now, so we needed that. So that happened, and since then, DARS has exploded. It has been a whirlwind for the last 2 years. We have developed a number of programs. We now have 2 outreach programs that run 1 afternoon and 1 evening. We serve at least 50 meals at each. We do outreach. We have Ontario Works workers come. We have CDCD, which is a housing agency, come. Today we were there with DCHC, which is a medical group. So they were testing for Hep C because it's quite prevalent in the community. So we really bring in a lot of services, meet the people where they are, and we do that. We also have a warming center, which we operate every evening from December 1st until March 31st, as long as the weather is below -8 or the wind chill is below -11. And let me tell you, it has been since about the 1st of January. So we do that. We have a shower program. So people who are unhoused live in tents, they live in encampments, vestibules of banks. so they can come and have a shower. We do it like a, sort of like a spa, so we have, big pillowy towels and little shampoos and conditioners that they can choose the smell of and that sort of thing, to try and make it, give them some dignity and make it very compassionate for
10
them.
seconds left.
Sorry?
10 seconds.
Oh my God, really? So let me tell you very quickly in 10 seconds what I got played off at the Ajax Board of Trade meeting as well. Dawn can probably tell you about that. What I'm asking for tonight, we have a farm, many of you have probably heard about it. We housed 8 people there. We're looking now to develop a little community of villages, so people who are unhoused can move into a little cabin and have a hub in the middle that creates an opportunity for them to eat, have hygiene, and also provides them with laundry. So we are looking to do things out of the box. I know that you're all entrepreneurs and we see ourselves as that. There's 50 of us that volunteer with DARS, none of us are paid. I may be called the executive director, but I'm the lowest paid executive director in Durham. Thank you.